Hi Libra, this is a love and relationship reading for you. We're going to look at this spread in a couple minutes and pull more cards to clarify, but first let me give you my thoughts. I feel like you're nurturing something in a huge way, pouring your heart and soul into a relationship, pouring your heart and soul into something in regards to it. I'm confused because while I see you pouring your heart and soul into something, I also see something that represents like more of a definitive ending on something. It could be just something within the relationship rather than just necessarily the relationship itself, but something has come to what you determined to be a devastating ending of some sort where you had to just totally turn your back on it recently. The Eight of Cups is talking to me about thinking about moving on from something, and for some of you, move on you shall pretty rapidly too, and pretty quickly. Okay, so something has really turned out to, in your external force to be like a real continuation of a maybe friendship or something I see with the Three of Pentacles, but also like leading the way as a more solo endeavor though. You've kind of broken away from the union or the team or the kind of duo as it were to move towards something more solo. So I do see this coming up for certain Libras. Now that might not apply. Some of you are very happy in your relationship. There's going to be more messages coming up for you. But I do think that something is changing within the relationship for the positive or for the negative. I'm thinking positive because you're taking steps to move things along, and why you're doing this is because you at the very least believe that this is the right thing to do, is to move on from it in some way. The person in your environment that you're dealing with seems pretty uneasy about things, pretty unsettled, because they are not sure how something is going to pay off or if it will ever work out. That might be your relationship with them, and they're just pretty anxious about that actually. Maybe in typical Libran pop culture fashion, pop culture astrology fashion, you may avoid this conflict. I think that does really ring true for Libra though. All jokes aside, pop culture aside, it is a sign that doesn't really like to confront certain issues, or at least I think in terms of getting heated, which you believe this probably would. You have no problem having a mature, level-headed conversation with somebody where both opinions are respected and valid, and nobody is forcing anything on the other. That's the great side of that, the kind of avoidance of conflict. It's a more diplomatic approach. So you know though that with this particular subject that it's not going to be as easy to take your approach with it. It could be pretty tense. Again, I have Knight of Swords then ending the reading. This is telling me that you could be dealing with a fellow air sign, maybe a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. Are they like running towards you still at full speed, or you as the air sign are still running towards them at full speed? Because I have a kind of I have a difference here really of what's happening. Somebody is walking away, somebody is running towards, so that is out of balance in some level. Let's look at these cards together, okay, and we'll pull more messages for your sign for love and relationships. The best thing about this Libra is the group of people that have joined. They are a couple of nannies with 3 kids, and they're blaring the love songs, which I absolutely love for your reading, like to really set the tone. Let's see if we're getting any messages from their cards. Getting used to being someone you loved has just played. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. So let's look at this core issue of the Six of Pentacles and the Page of Cups for you now, Libra. Okay, Five of Cups. Certainly there has been a loss in emotional contentment within this relationship. It's a very strong union still. So I mean, there's a lot of, insofar as there's at least a lot of deep feelings there or aspirations for this relationship. But I can't deny that I'm seeing Ten of Swords, Five of Cups in reverse, then to the Eight of Cups. Like you knew in a sense that something about this was already over. This may be current relationship or even something from the past. And this Ten of Swords is not necessarily the recent past by any means. It's something that has happened, that has in the past for sure, because it's already happened, but on a deeper level that's somehow still currently working as even an undercurrent for how this is playing out, okay? So yeah, I feel like the Eight of Cups and the Five of Cups here, it's like you are sort of you're letting this manifest up, and like every loss you experience now, or setback or disappointment in your current or relationship, is either resulted from something from the past, and it's like the fear of it everlasting, because long things come to an end, or a 10-year thing came to an end. Like, how are we going to make it through this, or whatever it may be? And then Eight of Cups up here is kind of making you almost want to pull away before it can ever be something. Self-preservation mode, or you just don't feel like it's aligned to you. So let's have a look at the external forces. Three of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Six of Wands at this time. The Seven of Wands. There is a fight for this. There is still the fight for this to be more. The Six of Wands and the Seven of Wands, like, no, we've been going so good. Why would you pull back? Look, we're like unstoppable. We're unbeatable. Together we can kind of beat the stacked odds. There seems to be stacked odds, you know. That's what it does seem like to me. Odds not working for you in this relationship. Be it because of maybe this is a third party entanglement, you know. That's very possible that this is why this is not working out, because somebody is committed already to somebody else on some level. Maybe it's a distance thing. Let's look at what the thing is. The thing in the past, the recent past that you're kind of like where it's gotten you to now, is related to the Three of Wands. Let's see. Three of Swords, Saturn and Libra in reverse. Okay, yeah, this was painful. It's connected to the Ten of Swords for some even. So for some, this is the most recent ending you've experienced, that how painful it is. But you know what? You're kind of over it. You're kind of at least getting over it. The worst is over for sure. Yeah, the worst is over, Libra. Great. Ten of Swords. Either related to this current relationship or something from the past is how I see the Ten of Swords. Oh, got a little bit of, don't ask me to name any singer of any modern song. I'm going to guess Ed Sheeran. Yep, it's Ed Sheeran, I guess. Beautiful song. We were just kids when we fell in love. King of Pentacles in reverse. Could have been an earth sign you had been with before. I just read for Capricorn, and a Libra was coming up in their reading, but that may be the same kind of environment. Tower in reverse. This was a disaster to you, like I thought. Yeah, this is devastating to you, what happened. King of Pentacles in reverse was something that had once been very solid, so it was pretty traumatic when that ending took place. I'm going to now look at the Eight of Cups. It's sort of where you seem to be motivated towards going to, off into the night. Maybe it is to return home to the relationship eventually. For some, it is to move on entirely. Eight of Cups. Okay, Ten of Wands. Yeah, look, both people's backs are turned, and they're kind of headed towards the odds being extremely stacked against, because this is an uphill battle with a lot to carry. It's not easy breezy, so yeah, be aware of that, and you are aware of that. You're aware of these mountain of odds stacked against you, Libra. But something's going to change. If you're hoping to move on from a situation, I see it happening like a quick snap. I will look at the Eight of Wands now for you, Libra. I love this song. Me slating it at the start. In my mind. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, very soon that there will be some sort of a fresh start energy rewarded to you in relation to this stagnation you've felt emotionally in this relationship. You've been pouring your heart and soul into something and perhaps not getting the same return that you would wish for. And that's just more motivation for you to be like, okay, either we're doing a whole fresh start, the two of us, new country, new place, new location, we're starting a whole new goddamn chapter in our life. Okay. And and that's the only way in terms of how you feel like you can get on with things. Okay, so let's look now at the Wheel of Fortune. Travel somewhere, lots of cards for travel. 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter in action. Let's see. Yeah, it's a trip, yay! So it's going somewhere, it's reigniting something, it's talking like you could before. It's like maybe on a sort of more vacation or holiday mode, you can just switch off and get back to the fun and silliness in the relationship that was there. Like I feel like this is not immature or anything with the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and we have even our Page of Cups in the middle of the reading. It's just this sweetness. It's like kind of young love, romantic, kind of sweetheart connection, and it's really nice, so have a great time. 7 of Pentacles in the environment place. That was actually reversed if I remember correctly, and it represents this serious uneasiness around the relationship, more so coming from the person you're dealing with, but you're picking up on these energies for you too, Libra. Okay. Yeah, I think has even family, something more evolved than what you've already been experiencing is coming up. Proposal, engagement, moving in, home together, child together, start a family together, do reinvest in something together that's going to be a showing that there's more commitment there for whatever reason. That's what your person wants with you. They want a family, they want a home, they want it all with you, Libra, okay? And they're uneasy because, well, I guess because some of you are considering ending this, and that's totally not where they stand at the very least. Yeah, I see a real, I've got a couple of cards flying out, but you know what? It's a little too much for me to read, so my intuition is telling me to keep going and just look at this 5 of Wands then. Hello. Okay, well, cards are flying out left, right, and centre, so my intuition is now telling me yes. Judgment card and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm putting these with my final 2 cards, Judgment and the 5 of Wands. This is an argument that doesn't have to be an argument. It can be a talk, but it needs to happen, okay, Libra? You can't avoid this one, unfortunately. You've been almost heralded from above to look at this conflict, to look at these obstacles that are like around you at this time. You can't ignore this. I see Earth sign and air sign energy in combat, or not in combat, but the people that are, yes, in this combat or confrontation of some sort. Same direction they want. You both want to address something majorly, but you both have very different styles of doing it, or at least aspirations of different ways of approaching this argument that truly really needs to be resolved. Okay, you've had a chance to look at this in your life before, be it in this relationship or a past one, past life one even, but you didn't address it, and yeah, maybe you know that, but it's something, this conversation needs to happen, Libra. Don't put it off much longer, okay? And that is going to be your love and relationship reading. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will talk to you again soon.